Yeah, hi all. So welcome back. So in the last session we discussed about Selenium hierarchy. So wherein we studied in detail about the Selenium API, how the structure looks like, what classes are there, what interfaces are there inside Selenium, what extends what and what implements and which classes implements those interfaces. Also we discussed about the methods inside the web element interface. So today we'll be seeing practically how to work on these web element interfaces while writing a Selenium script. Okay, so let's get started quickly onto that. So first of all, I'll show you how to configure Selenium in Eclipse. Firstly, you would need Eclipse in your desktop, and then you will also need Selenium library in your in your system. So download the Selenium. I'm basically teaching on Selenium 3.4, I think so, 3.1.41. So you can download Selenium 1.41. So after downloading, you will have to unzip that, and you'll this will look something like this. Okay, where is that Selenium? Yeah, this is the one. Okay, so these are the basically the libraries, and inside these we have these libraries. Okay, after extracting you will see a folder something like this, and you also need to download Eclipse onto your browser, sorry, onto your system. Sorry, my bad. So after downloading that, just create a Java project. Go to here, file, new, and create a Java project. Give the name and all, and just finish it up. Okay, so you'll see a project here, and inside the project you'll see GRE system libraries. Okay, oh sorry, reference libraries. Okay, so for reference libraries, what you'll have to do, so we have now we have Selenium into our machine, and we have Eclipse, so we'll have to somehow make this project know that give that project that you will be using Selenium. So just after you create a project, so just go on to this reference libraries and click on build path. You'll see configure build path. Okay, click on this. Go to now here, go to add external jars. Once you go to add external jars, you'll have to browse around the whatever the directory you have in your what we say, wherever directory you have the Selenium. So you'll have to select these. Let's say control and select open. So this will come up. Okay, and select all of these. So once you select all of these will be displayed here itself. Client, this is you can see these are the same ones. Okay. For now I'll discuss testng later, but for now we'll have to do these menu only, and then click on apply and apply close, and then again close your Eclipse and again open it fresh. Give a fresh open to it. Okay. So this is how you will install Selenium onto your project, basically on your Java project. Okay, so let's discuss further. So this is a basic script. I told you that how do we, you know, uh, write a script with Selenium. So for writing a script, so we'll also in the last session we also discussed about the Chrome driver manager. Sorry, Chrome driver. So we need to download the Chrome driver with the API link that I showed you. So that is also required, since we'll have to invoke that browser, whichever browser we want. Basically, if we want Firefox, we'll have to open Firefox. If we want Chromium, we'll need that. Sorry, if we want Edge, so we'll need that driver as well. So up to your wish, whatever driver you want to install, whatever execution you want. Okay, I'll be working with Chrome driver itself. Okay, and I'll be working on Chrome. So let's see a basics. Let's see understand first this only this part of this. So what is this? So system.set property is a method that accepts key and value pair in as a parameter, basically. So where we pass the key of the Chrome driver, that is WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver, and for Firefox it is WebDriver dot Gecko dot driver. Okay, and then we pass the path of the driver itself. Okay, so like we have I have my this setup onto D Chrome drive, and I showed you in the last lecture, Windows 3216, and this is the file name chrome driver.exe. So if you write with what is this line is doing is this is invoking the web driver. Okay, so we are setting the system properties, and we are initializing the web driver. Sorry, we are invoking. We are opening, basically we are giving the path of the web driver. Okay, so now what comes is web driver is equal to new chrome driver. So what we are doing here is we are creating a we are creating an object of chrome driver, and driver is the basically the variable that is of the type web driver itself. Okay, so we are what we are doing is we are creating a object of chrome driver where we are where the driver is the type of web driver. Okay, so what we are doing, we are initializing the chrome driver here itself. Okay, and as you know, new method is used to create an object, correct? And now, so these two lines I hope we are clear with. Okay, so now what we are doing, we saw what is a few methods around. We saw few methods around this that were find element, send keys, click, get, clear, get text. Okay, get CSS value, these are all. So now let's see. So what is driver.get? Driver.get is nothing but just where you want to navigate to, where you want to, which URL you want to open, you give in the driver.get method. Inside get method we give the basically the URL where we want to navigate to. Okay, we want to open basically in simple sense. So what is it doing? It is just opening the browser, okay, with this URL driver.get. Now what is this driver.manage.window.maximize is doing? So driver.manage.window.maximize is just maximizing your browser. Okay, in a maximize mode, as we see, we have maximize and minimize feature in the browser. So that is what. So inside driver we are calling the manage method. Inside method, using that manage method, we are calling the window method, and using that window method we are calling the maximize method. Okay, so that is what we are doing. We are, let me write, we are maximizing the browser here. Okay, so thread.sleep is just a hard-coded weight that we are going giving. We'll study about implicit and explicit weights in further parts. Just now we are just moving with hard-coded weights. So what are these? These are hard code wait, which will like stop the execution of script for 10 seconds. Okay, so what does thread.sleep inside thread.sleep? What is this? So this is the timestamp that we give in milliseconds. Okay, 10,000 milliseconds means 10 seconds. Okay, so this is, and the furthermore part is writing this script. This is we are interacting with the element, so we'll see. So let's quickly go and create basically a new class. I'll create a new class. Let's say practice test. Include the main method. Okay, and click on finish. So this will create your new class. Okay, so let's save this up. So we know in order to invoke a, we use system dot. If you see, methods will auto set property. Sorry, this is an Eclipse issue. Dot set property string key and value. We can see it expects key and value. What is the key? I told you driver dot chrome dot driver. And what is the path? Let me just copy this from here. This is the path, and as we are using Java, we need to give semicolon here for ending and statement. Okay, so in this video in this lecture basically we'll be seeing around this application. I'll try to automate few fields and show you up and explain you the basic concept around how do we write byte, why do we write by.css and all things. So I'll do on this application. Okay, so let's see. We have this field, that means inspect. So now here we'll see this field. First of all, let's go up to our this method itself. Okay, so let's see that in order to find an element, we'll use find element method. Okay, so which this method return type is web element interface. Okay, and it takes argument as a locator. Okay, so let's implement this up here. Let's write driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Okay, and this is of type web driver. Sorry. अरे यार show. This should give me suggestion here to import. Don't know why my this is not behaving correct. Let's check quickly. See. So as you can see, it is giving. I actually reopened my Eclipse. It was not working. So it's giving you import Chrome driver from org.openqselenium.chrome. Okay, it's specifying you that this is coming from Selenium org. Okay, so import this. Click on this. This will give you an import statement here. Okay, we have one more error, that is it cannot identify what is WebDriver type. So import WebDriver from org.openqa.selenium. Okay, click on this. So it is importing WebDriver from org.openqa.selenium and importing Chrome driver from org.openqa.selenium.chrome. Okay, so now let's write driver dot. We need to visit a URL. For visiting a URL, driver dot get. So what does get method do? Let's see. Okay, so get is used to visit to that URL. Okay, open the URL. So let me copy this up and let me paste this up. So up till now, I think it's clear to everyone that driver.get is used to open the URL. Okay, let me quickly add a thread dot sleep here and let's see if our script is working fine or not. Okay, let's say I'll give only 4000 milliseconds. I'll have to add throws declaration for this. Okay, since this is an exception, this throws an exception. Save your file. Now right click onto the file and go run as Java application. Okay, so this will invoke a browser that is onto my second screen. I'll show you. This is the okay. So we have opened the same website here. So let me close this up since I haven't written driver.close here. Okay, so if I write driver.close, so what should it do? It should automatically close your browser. So let's see it again. Run as Java application. So again it has opened. This is, it will wait for 4 seconds and it will automatically close. Okay, so I hope this is quite handy and understandable thing. Okay, so now let's focus on how to, you know, interact with the elements using uh, this Selenium script. So in order to interact with an element, we know we need to get the locator of that. Okay, so first let's build up the locator for that. So let's quickly come here. I hope up till now we are just clear with how to write the XPath to CSS selector or whatever locators we want. So I'll majorly use XPath over here. Okay, so let me pause the video and write the XPath for this or CSS selector for this or whatever locator you want to just do it. I'm doing. I hope you have already written that, and at the rate name is equal to, I'll give as name. We have two matching node. We know what to do here. For first, we need to group by this. Simple as that. Two round brackets, then two square brackets, and pass the index number. This is the first one. Control A, Control C, copy this XPath. Now comes the picture here. So how to find an element? We know in order to find an element, we use find element method. Okay, in order to find a single element, we use find element method. So let's see what this find element method means. Okay, so it's saying that by args of 0. That means it is expecting a locator which is of type by. I told you that all the locators type is by. Okay, so which is a static class. And how do we write a static? How do we call a static method? Using class name dot method name. So simple. By is the class, dot method name is what, XPath. And we can see by dot we have what, class name, CSS selector, ID. These are the locators that we studied, correct? Name, tag name, XPath, string, and then by dot CSS selector. These are classes that are showing here. Okay, link text, partial link text class, and so on, correct? So what we want, by dot XPath. I have written an XPath, so sorry, I have written an XPath, so I'll write by dot x, sorry, by dot XPath here. And we know we'll pass this as a string argument. Okay, so it's showing also string XPath expression. Just put a double quote and paste the XPath here. Okay, and as usual, since it's Java, just write a, what we say, sorry, we give a semicolon. So using this, we'll be able to find this element. Okay, so let me run this script. Oh, you might see that this, how do you validate what, how it's found or not? Okay, so this won't be able to, you won't be able to judge by this. Okay, you need to perform certain operations onto the element, correct, onto the field to let, so that you get that you're able to interact with that element. So now what we'll do, I'll go step by step. I'll show you what we'll do now. These, what is, we should save this as a variable. Let's say, let's give the name as what we have, the field name, sorry. Okay, name, username text box, let's say username txt box. And what will be the type of find, whatever, what is the return type of find element? It's always a web element. Okay, let me write that up, web element. Okay, sorry, now it's complaining. Okay, so if you, so it's complaining that it cannot be resolved to a type. So what is the type? Just imported from selenium org.openqr.selenium. Okay, so if you are confused, if you don't know also what is the type, just let's say I saved a variable. So this always in Java we need to give, since Java is a strongly typed language, we need to give the what we the type of whatever the variable you are declaring. So create, just click on create local variable. It will automatically fetch the return type of this method, basically find element. So it just will give according to that. But you should know, that is what, these are the questions that are basically asked in the interviews. Okay, you should know about this. So now what should, so since we have saved this element, so what should we do now? we need to perform an operation. So what operation we need to perform here? So we need to give, what we need to give here is, we need to type something here, correct? To type something here, what is, so type something here is that what we need is using a operation, that is we need to give a send keys operation. So how to give a send keys operation? You can also do that driver dot find element, and let me show you. And dot send keys, name as Rishabh. Okay, let me run this up. Let's see what happens. So you can see it entered Rishabh. That was a very less clicker time. Let me run it again. Give this time 8000 milliseconds so that I can wait. Run as Java application. This is here, and this has entered Rishabh here. You can see. Okay, so this will automatically close after 8 seconds. Okay, so what is the difference between this line and the line at 13 and 14? So can you guess? So this is a proper way of identifying an element and storing it. And this is something static. Okay, you can say it as. So we should not write like this each and every line driver dot find element, driver dot find element. Instead we should be, more practical way. We should, a code should look neat and clean. So now since we know we have grabbed the user text box and username text boxes of type web element, so we can access all the methods of web element using this variable username text box, and we can simulate the things onto that same web element, that is this one, driver dot find element. So now using the username text box, you can just say username text box dot, we are getting all the methods of now web element. Okay, send keys and the same name as Rishabh. Okay, save the script and then run it again. See what it does. It enters the name. It's same as the previous execution. What, it's just a way of writing the code. Okay, we saved this as a web element and we are using the web. This looks so much neat and clean rather than if we check out the previous implementation writing driver.find element, driver.find element, and driver.find. This is a reusable form. This is a reusable code. Now using this, I can I can write again username. Let's say I need to perform a next operation, so I don't need to write again driver.find element, driver.find element. Username text box dot send, let's say dot clear. I want to clear the field now. Okay, let me first driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Let me maximize the browser first and let me run this up. So this will first enter Rishabh, and let's give a wait for thread dot sleep for 4 milliseconds, and here let's say 2 seconds, milliseconds I'm saying, sorry. So let me run this up. So what will this will script will do, this will come here and this will open the URL. This will find this name field text box. This will send and write Rishabh onto here, and then this will wait for 4 seconds. This will clear the same field, and then this will again wait, and this the browser should close. Let's see the execution. it opened. Actually, it did not maximize. You know what? Because straight away I pulled this up onto this window. That's why. But this will work fine in you. Since I'm using two screens, that's why it's happening here. Okay. So next is what? Next element is this one, email and password. So we'll go with the same gist as here as well. Inspect. Now this time, what is the? This time we'll write a CSS selector for this. Simple as that. I think this is unique or this is something not unique. Uh, let's check. Name is equal to email. Acha. Okay. Name equals to email. So now what? Just stop the script and sorry, stop the video. Sorry, stop the script. I'm saying. Now what you do? Just stop the video and write it on your own. So if in the case you are not clear, let's see driver dot find element by dot. This time we need to do CSS selector by dot CSS selector, and again we need to pass the selectors in string arguments only in each of the case. This is the string argument. Paste the selector here. Give a semicolon. Now what we need to do? We need to, as usual, we need to save this. We need to give a variable. Let's say email text txt box, and what will be the type of this would be web element. Okay, so now what we need to do, email text box, email txt box dot send keys. Let's say I enter at the rate email.com. Okay, and now what we'll do, we'll wait for 2 seconds and then this will close up. Okay, now let's run the script here. This should enter an email in the email field. See now, see it. Okay, the execution was very fast. Let me show you up again. 6 seconds here. Chrome driver started. Here it is. If I maximize, Rishabh is here. This will clear and now this will enter email and then this will close finally. Yeah. So this is how we interact with web elements. Okay. So the same goes the case with password. I want you to do this password thing on with your own. Okay. And let's discuss further in the next session about in detail about these methods. Okay. Since we have the first time installing part and the part we have for interacting with the elements, and a few things will be new for you, so just practice on this. I would say just implement these two on your watch the video and see what we need to do. First watch the video and try to do it on yourself, and let's see if you are able to do, then go for this field and see for these methods how to select, let's say how to select a checkbox and all, and we'll discuss in the next session basically, because the session will be quite too long and you won't be able to even watch a long video. I hope so. Everyone wants a short and informative information short within a short span of time, so that's why I won't make a video long. So let's meet in the next session and we'll discuss further more about the web elements practical implementation. I hope you got the gist of how we interact with the web elements and what is each element means. Okay, so what each method does and what are its implementations around how do we write and what are the return types and all. So thanks for watching this session. Let's meet in the next session. Goodbye. Thank you all.